Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Loadedville, man. And you know, I said to myself when I started going back into my YouTube creation, I'm gonna start doing something what everybody calls story time. Cause hey, yo, I got some wild stories, man. So this particular story is how I end up having sex with my girlfriend's cousin. Yo, check this out. All right, all right. My uncle, man. Me, my uncle used to hang out when I was younger, man. And one day, I'm new to the city, and he invite me to go to his barbecue. So I go to the barbecue with him or whatever, and he talking about it might be some girls there, something that I might like. So, I go to the barbecue with him and whatever. We vibe and everything, cool, smoking and drinking and shit, eating good food. And, I meet this chick roll up and, she look all right to me. So, say my uncle introduced me to her or whatever. I guess he knew of her before I did and had seen her before or whatever. And so me and her started vibing and talking or whatever, and she revealed to me that the barbecue that we at is her ex-boyfriend's house where his dad and mom stay. Yeah, one of those. So instantly I'm like looking around and I'm trying to catch tension around. So, she tell me who he is, I look at who he is, and me and him, we talking, we were playing domino earlier before she got there. And when he saw me talking to her, his demeanor changed. So, I was like, okay, I'm aware of who he is now. So, anyway, we kept vibing or whatever. Okay, time go on, and me and her end up moving in together, but not not in our own crib. We end up moving in with her sister. Her sister told us we come stay with her and her daughter until we find our own place. So we find our own place or whatever. I mean, no, not yet. We there with the sister or whatever. So so my girl, so like after about 2 weeks, my girl one morning, my girl go to work. She go to work about 5 in the morning, work like 5 to 5, sometimes 5 to 3. But she went that morning by 4 o'clock. So I saw her off, and then her daughter, then her niece went to school, and I saw her leave, and then I fell back to sleep, and sister was supposed to go to work right when she was taking her daughter out. So I ain't hear nobody. I went to sleep, and I ain't hear nobody come back in the house. So I woke up about 10:15. You know what I'm saying? And you know how some of the mornings be, man, most of the time. You know what I'm saying? And wake up with a little semi going, you know what I mean? So I wake up, man, that's what woke me up. So I was like, shit, I gotta take a piss. So I get up, half sleep, walk to the bathroom, and I'm relieving myself. So I know everybody gone in the house, so I neglected to close the door all the way. So I'm stretching, taking a leak and look down, and some just like look to your right, and I look to my right, and her sister was just sitting there just staring at me, man, looking at my shit and looking at me and talking about she didn't know I had it like that. Stay tuned, man. So sister say she didn't know I was working with that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying I'm the biggest in the world, but it is what it is. But she gone about her business in the room, and I'm standing in the bathroom in shock, like, cause I didn't expect nothing like no shit like that to happen. But anyway, it happened. So I'm like, man, I gotta go out here and apologize. And I'm thinking like, damn, man, the girl, you know what I'm saying? My mind's so far from what's about to happen. Hey, I'm not even thinking about. All I'm thinking about is apologizing at this point. So I get up. I'm like, okay, I get myself together. Like, man, hold on, okay. And I'm gonna say to her, man, because I know she gonna tell my girl, and I had the damn door open and shit. And so I go to the bedroom to see her house is funny. The living room, when you come in the living room from the porch, from the living room, when you open up the living room door, immediately it's the living room. I mean, when you open up the house door, it's the living room right there. And then, in order to get to the kitchen, instead of it being a den here, it's her sister's bedroom. Then you go down the hallway. The bathroom's to the left. I mean to the right, and the daughter's room is to the left. And then you go on straight through, and there's a kitchen and then the basement and shit. So I come out the bathroom to go apologize, and when I get in the room, her sister has the cover off of her, with one leg up by her damn chest, and the other leg spread it to the west. And I seen everything. And she wasn't trying to hide it. So now I'm in shock all over again. So now I'm like, hold up, man. I think this female want to try to do something. So, I'm like, nah, I can't do that. So I bag about the room, go in her daughter's room where my clothes is in my suitcase. I get dressed, call my boy. I say, man, come get me, bro. He like, what's going on? I say, man, just come scoop me. So he come and scoop me, man. I go over his house, tell him what's happening. And just like a particular, just like a homeboy that, you know what I'm saying, you ain't been in a relationship long, and you know what I'm saying, he with his roof game, he gonna live there and say, did you hit? I was like, no, man, you disrespect that girl and mess with her sister. I don't even know him like that, bro. And he like, whatever, man, you know what I'm saying? So we move on. I go back to the crib, and a couple of days go by. So nothing's been said to my girl about it, so I ain't say nothing. It wasn't nothing said, no file. So I'm in the living room. So I leave. So I'm out and about in the street trying to make a little hustle or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I come to the crib. So everybody gone. I seen everybody leave that morning. So I left last, making sure, you know what I'm saying, everybody was going to be gone. So, you know what I'm saying, when I come back, I can just count up what I hustled up. So I come in the house, and I go to the kitchen. I mean, not to the kitchen, but I come in the house or whatever and go to the bathroom, and I come back out of the bathroom. So her daughter's door is closed. So I walk to the kitchen, grab me a water, come back and sit down. I come back and sit down, and my girl pop up at the house. And I heard the door close outside, and I looked, and she opened up the door real fast and asked me what I was doing now. I'll be back. So she pop up at the crib and come back. I'm like, okay. I'm like, what's up? Like, she like, what you doing here? I'm like, okay, I got a key. Your sister gave you and me a key, so we wouldn't have to come bother her work for her key. And I said, I got the key because, I need to get in the house. So why would you think that I don't need a key? I mean, why I'm here or whatever? I got a key. So she was like, well, ain't nobody else here with you? I'm like, not that I know of. I ain't too long ago got here. And she was like, Then all of a sudden I hear a door. And I'm like, and I ain't think nothing of it, you know what I'm saying? My girl was standing in the doorway. So she looked and be like, the hell? And I'm looking like, huh? When she seen out, look around the corner, her sister done came out her daughter's room with nothing but a robe on, and the robe was open. Man, it was a big falling out about that shit, bro. I'm talking about, man, I was in the doghouse for weeks on end. But anyway, so, a couple of weeks go by, I'm still, we still ain't got it right or whatever. So it's been told to me that we need to get our own place. So since her and her sister, we into it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I end up getting the crib. I end up talking to the guy down that on the houses and getting the crib, the open house on the end of the street at the corner. So I move everything in, get the rent paid or whatever and shit like that. So, I'm sitting there whatever one day, and I done moved out. So she still mad at me, so she still stay with her sister. So I'm at the house or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I come out on the porch and I'm smoking me one, you know what I'm saying? And I see this female walking down. At first I thought I saw this female on her sister's porch, but I knew there wasn't nobody there, so we wasn't gonna get no answer. So I'm looking. I turn my head and just mind my own business and look back up. Female walking down the road. So female asked me. She said, "What you doing?" She said, "What you smoking on?" I said, "Some of that good," And she was like, "What kind of is it?" It's talking about you got some more. I was like, "Nah, I ain't got no more on sale." And like that, I said, "But you can hit it." So she came up, smoked with me a little bit. So and I asked her where she was going. She said she was gonna get ready to go to work. And, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, "Shit, I would offer you a ride, but I don't have my tags on my car yet. I hadn't went to the DMV to get my tags." So long story short, I ended up going to get my tags, taking her to work. And you know what I'm saying, that's how me and the female that was walking on the street got to know each other. So me and the female come over to the house. I I see her again about 3 days later. So she come on over. We vibing or whatever. We chilling and everything. You know what I'm saying? Nothing big. Just sitting there smoking and everything, talking or whatever. And really got to know each other. So I was like, man, I like this one. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't running through my mind that maybe my girl or her sister know this female. It ain't running through my mind. She just don't seem like the type that know them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I was thinking. I should have asked questions, but I didn't. So we vibing and talking or whatever, and I end up liking her. So she told me, said she be busy sometime, but when she get a little free time, let her know, and she'll try to make something for me. So, but I'll be right back for that next part for y'all. All right, so a couple of weeks go by, So me and the girl I'm talking to, we end up kind of reconciling a little bit. So she come down there and spend the night one night. So she spent the night, and I heard this knock on the front door. So while my bed is at, the window's right there. So I move the curtain and look out the window, and I see the silhouette of someone. I can't tell if it's a man or a woman. But anyway, so the knock again, and my girl was like, "Who is that?" I was like, "I don't know." So I was like, "You expecting somebody?" She was like, "No, not this time in the morning." So she getting ready to get up and go see who it is. And by the time she put her shoes on, the person at the door, I don't see them no more. I told her they gone. Don't worry about it. So we go back to bed. So me and the girl I'm talking to, we end up having a little argument, a little disagreement, and she ended up going. Her people had a little something going on at their house or whatever. So she go over there and at her aunt's house, and she spend the night at her aunt's house. And you know what I'm saying? The main party had moved to or whatever. So I go back to the crib. So I'm at the crib by myself. I wouldn't hang out with my boy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at the crib like 1:30 in the morning. I hear a knock at the door. So I'm laying in the bed like, man, what is this? Look out the window. I see a silhouette of somebody. I can't really see through my screen. So I got a little tint on my window too. So I'm like, damn. I said, who? I said, man, this girl. I forgot to give this girl a key. So thinking it's my girl. So I go to the door, open it up. Now, mind you, I ain't met none of my girl family at the time. I don't know none of them. So I go to the house. I go to the door. My bad. I'm sorry. I go to the door, open it up, and to my surprise, so a girl that was walking down the street. And I'm looking at her. I'm like, man. I'm like, what's up? She's like, what's up? You say you sleep? I'm like, nah, I'm just chilling in the bed looking at some TV or whatever. I'm like, what you doing at this time of night? She said, I'm grown. So I said, all right. So I'm like, what's up? She's like, raised up. She got a little hen or whatever. I'm like, shit. I'm like, you trying to drink? And I'm like, you don't want to drink? I'm like, nah. I said, I did take a little nap today, so I'm kind of rested. Like, you come on in. So we in there, we chilling or whatever. We don't have sex or nothing. We vibe out. And, she's sitting on one couch. I'm on the other at first, and then we decided to sit together, watching a movie, laughing and joking and shit. And we end up kissing and hugging on each other and falling asleep right there on my little side sofa. So after that, you know what I'm saying, we vibe on the side sofa. We wake up, and I wake up the next morning, she getting ready to leave out the door. So she leaves out the door that morning or whatever, and you know, what else? Oh yeah, she leave out the door or whatever, and then, you know what I'm saying, she called me, text me or whatever, and saying that, you know, next time, you know what I'm saying, she expect me to be a little bit more aggressive. And I said, okay. Then it dawned on me, like, damn, me and my girl don't reconcile. How I'm gonna be a little bit more aggressive this next time. So time go on or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and then she texted me, telling me she wanna kick it again, and this is where things take a real bender. So we talk about her coming over. So I mentioned to her that, you know, I was seeing somebody, but we was on bad terms when she came through. She was like, yeah, well, me and my significant other, we was on bad terms. I don't think what we going through, we gonna recover if things don't, you know what I'm saying, no communication come across. And I'm saying the same thing. So I said we kind of up and down, a little wishy-washy. So me and my girl, we talk or whatever, you know what I'm saying, things don't go as it should go. So it was just like, you know what I'm saying, and we decided to, hold on for a second. So we decided to, like, you know, go our little separate, and they said still be together, but you know what I'm saying, she decided to still stay where she at. So I call old girl and like tell her that, yeah, man, come on over and kick it with me or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and we can do whatever, you know what I'm saying. I mean, so she come through, we kick it or whatever and everything, you know what I'm saying, and you know, and one thing lead to another thing lead to my hands go here and now, her hands go here and now, my lips touch hers, you know the scenario. So we own it. And it was a great night, very great night. It had me evaluating what I was with my girl for, because it was just like another feeling, you know. I knew it was wrong, you know what I'm saying, at the same time. Hey, she always hanging out with her ex-boyfriend people and her ex-boyfriend. And, you know, and he ain't hesitating he not hesitating to put it on Facebook and let it be known that him and his ex doing it. So I'm seeing all this, because I'm friends with her, and anything posted on her page pretty much come to mind. So I'm looking, I'm watching, I'm seeing what's going on. So, you know, but you know, ain't nothing set in stone. So what she doing, she don't feel like it's hurting nobody, and what I'm doing, I don't feel like it's hurting nobody. What up? So you know, I'm sitting there like what is this relationship worth going through it? So after that night I spun with old girl, I was just like, okay, man, it's time to see if I can break it to old girl. So out of the blue, me and my girl have a conversation, and she really want things to work this time. So I'm like, okay. But I'm like, well, I got something to tell you before we even go there and do anything to that extreme, you know? So I'm over, at the time, we over to her auntie's house, okay? So a doorbell ring, you hear the doorbell, she got it where you can hear a doorbell in her backyard. So there's some people there, you know what I'm saying, it's the family, of people there, whatever, and we all hanging out or whatever, and me and her tucked off at a table. So I get up to go get some more drink from where they got the liquor at.
Mike, is there a chance you can unlock the door?
And as soon as I go over there and get something to drink or whatever, tell me why Tell me why the girl I just spent the night with walked through the door. Sorry about that, my neighbor had me a little distracted. But look, so anyway, so I'm over there, you know, so I go over there and get some liquor, you know what I'm saying, liquor from the table, whatever. And I'm thinking I'm trying to think how I'm gonna tell my girl this and everything, and you know what I'm saying, am I gonna come clean with everything? I don't know. So I go to get some liquor or whatever, and the doorbell rings, remember? So I look up and the back door is open, and who comes out of that screen door? Completely put me on end. It was a girl that I started liking and spent the night with at my crib. She walked straight through the door. Man, devastation. So I'm looking like, what in the hell is going on here? So I said, who she know over here? And her auntie, my girl's auntie, walk up to me and she like, hey Mike, I want to introduce you to my daughter. I say, what? And I'm sitting there like, hell no. And she look at me and we look at both of each other, and she look around and she like, hey Mike, and her mom was like, y'all know each other? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, well, she looked at her daughter and she said, well, you know, this is your cousin boyfriend. And she was like, me and her both was like, what? Like that. And instantly me and her knew the formula already. This finna be bad if anybody figure this out. So we both like communicate telepathically. If I say the word, like telepathically, we communicate. We get it together, and we just like, oh hey, shake hands, and just go on our separate side of the room. Where every once in a while we look at each other, and be like, what the hell going on, and all this. And man, it was almost a shit show. You hear me? Like man, the tension around being in that situation and realizing that I just had relations with my girl's cousin. But I mean, I really didn't know that was her damn cousin. Like, what was the odds of that? Really, what was the odds of that? All right, y'all. Yeah, straight to the ending, man. So, you know, long story short, man, it was, well, not long story short. I'm going to go and get in the detail toward the end. So, you know, after that, me and the girl, we got together. You know, we both made up excuses why we had to leave. So I left first, you know what I'm saying? Not to make anybody suspicious, her leaving, then me leaving behind her. So I left, and then about 2 hours later, she acted like she had something to do with she was going back. I told her I was also coming back. So we go somewhere, and believe me, we didn't go nowhere in the city. This was straight up outside of the city type of meeting right here, man. I'm talking about brother got real incognito. I'm talking about, hey, we talking about 20, 30 minutes outside the city. So we sat down and we talked for a little while, and then you know, it's just like, you know what I'm saying, like we just gotta play this all whatever with the woo. And man, you know, we just came to a conclusion that what we were about to start ain't gonna be at the, and we can't finish it. So anyway, we go back to the party or whatever, everything cool or whatever. She looking at me. She looking at me. I'm looking at her, and she want to be over there with me. I want to be over there with her. But her boyfriend, the dude she dealing with, he there. So we just kind of all mixed up. So after a little while, things we just kind of just didn't really get back into it at the time. So one day, I was, I think I was coming from work. I got me a job working as a forklift operator, and I was coming off a 10-hour shift, and I end up seeing her. I end up seeing her at the bus stop, and I pull up, and I'm like, "Hey, man, what's up?" Like that, and she like, "Oh, hey, you know," and I was like, "Man, I can give you a ride or whatever." She like, "All right." She jumped in the car, so I started driving or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm driving, and we talk or whatever. Make a couple circles, go get something to drink, and go to the lakefront, and we chilling. And we talking about things that went on while we wasn't together, while we hadn't seen each other and everything. And asked me if things get better in my relationship. I was like kinda, and she was like the same, and so things we were just cooling, and ended up taking her home. Right, her sister, the girl I'm talking to, her sister, which is old girl's cousin, ended up seeing me drop her off at home. Now, I don't know at the time that her sister, my girl's sister, and their cousin are into it. So I'm going to get caught in the middle this time. And her sister couldn't wait to tell her that, "Oh, I seen Mike with such and such." Whoa, 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 whoa. She done fed all type of BS while I wasn't around. And I'm like, man. And so I walk in, I come in the house, and it sets off. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, man, what the hell going on, man? How you gonna accuse me of somebody, man? I said, all I did was give her a ride home. Well, you should have called me and all this right here. I said, why would I call you when that's your cousin? I said, I took her to the crib. Now, I know what y'all saying. Hey, nigga, you already guilty, nigga. But guess what? Nigga didn't know that was her cousin. So let's get that straight. So at the time, this is innocent in the beginning and it's innocent now. So for weeks and months on end, I'm accused. Anything I did, any place I went, if I didn't answer my phone on time, man, if I came in late, whatever, it all boiled down to her. I don't know what these women got into it about, but I know one thing, I was caught in the middle of it and it was bad. So one day, you know what I'm saying, I all hit ahead and let's just say charges got filed on me for nothing, and I ended up having to go up there. I ended up having to go sit down for a little bit, and that shit wasn't fun, and I was completely innocent of all charges. That's what made it so bad. But her sister kind of did that to her mother, did that to me because I feel like she wanted me to hit. Come on, man. What would y'all do? Y'all come out, y'all sister, y'all girlfriend, sister, man, catch y'all pissing with a hard on, and then going that lay across the bed with her booty hole and pussy all out. What would y'all do? Y'all already know. That mother, she trying to give me something. Trying to give me that thing. So I didn't take it. So I guess she kind of took that personal. And the first time she saw me doing something she felt like I ain't supposed to be doing, she hit me when she hit my ass with that okie doke. And that shit wasn't no joke, man. I was mad, upset. It was just had me in a whole mess, man. So after all the accusing and shit, man, and one day, man, me and the old girl separated. Hadn't talked to her in about 2 months. I saw her cousin, and by this time I was staying somewhere else. And, all that accusing, and even in the end, you know what I'm saying, like before me and her stopped communicating, even in the end, man, me and her was like, she would see me and call me cheater and shit and all this other crazy ass shit she'll be saying. So, so I saw her cousin, and me and her, we liked each other, man. It was undeniable, you know what I'm saying? No, we hadn't seen each other in months, but we separated at the time from the two people we were talking to, and ended up, kicking it a few more times, and eventually letting the situation go, man. So, you know, that was pretty much the end of that. But it's a whole nother story, you know, when I get into that second part of me and my girl, the girl I was talking to, relationship. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot going on at the time, bro. So, but it ain't the end of everything. But that's time for another story. So I appreciate y'all, man, you know, tuning in. But like I say, man, you know, like, subscribe to my channel, Loadedville TV, baby. And y'all stay safe out there. All you youngsters, man, put the guns down. All the men out there, listen to your women. And all the women out there, listen to your man. Sometimes we really try to say something real simple to please. Out.